What's up guys? My name's Kiera and this is my very first YouTube video. I am so excited to get this finally started because I've been wanting to do this for quite some time and I've been too shy and too nervous, and 2019 is not the year to be doubting yourself and be fearful. Matter of fact, none of the years after that. But I'm excited to finally get this going and share my love of makeup and beauty with you guys. On this channel, it's just gonna be me having fun with makeup. My degree is in psychology, not makeup, two different things. So this is honestly just a fun space for me to kind of be creative and hopefully be helpful in some capacity to you guys. Today I'm just gonna show you my typical everyday makeup look. There are some drugstore products mixed in here with some high-end, so I will be showing different stuff that I use and where you can purchase it. That shit's good. I lost my train of thought. Oh. So if you guys want to watch my everyday makeup routine, just keep watching. So before I put my foundation or anything like that on, I want to make sure my skin is clean. So first I take this Rosewater, and it kind of acts as a toner and a moisturizer all in one. I just spray this on my face, a good amount, and I kind of rub slash pat that in. And this is just gonna create a nice base for what I'm putting on my face. And then I take some moisturizer. And even if you have oily skin, you still need to use moisturizer because we all get some dry spots. And I use this Origins Ginseng moisturizer. I like it because it smells like oranges and I love that smell, the citrusy smell, but also it's clean. There's not a bunch of junk in it. So you can get that at Sephora. I'm not sure if they have Origins at Ulta or not. Whoa. Hold on. Okay, whew. We had a scandal there. Okay, so today I'm actually gonna mix two foundations together. I'm gonna be mixing the Infallible Pro Matte by L'Oreal with the LA Girl foundation, and it's called Pro Matte HD High Definition Long Wear Matte Foundation. So they're both matte foundations. However, this Infallible Pro Matte I kind of feel is more like a satin matte, so it's not gonna like entirely dry your face out, and I like mixing them together just because one's a little bit higher coverage. And both of these can be found at the drugstore. LA Girl is so underrated. You can find this foundation for like, I think $6 or $7. So I'm just going to make little kind of artwork on my face. And I will dab a dot of this on each side as well. And first I like to go in with a brush. So this is a brush by Morphe. It is the M406. I just like it because it's gentle and it really puts the product smoothly on your face. And for some reason I like doing a beauty blender on my forehead. And this beauty blender is just the Real Techniques beauty blender. You can find this at the drugstore as well, and I personally think it's one of the best sponges ever. It's so bouncy. And for dark circles, I use a couple different concealers, but I really love this Nars Radiant Creamy Radiant Concealer. Radiant Creamy Concealer. And this is in the shade Macadamia. I have bought so many of these, I'm almost out again. But one thing for this, my everyday look, is that I don't like to put a ton of concealer on. I kind of like to do it with a light hand, but this stuff is just the bomb. So then I'm gonna take a smaller beauty blender and just tap this into the skin. I don't really like using brushes personally for my concealer just because I feel like it kind of wipes the product away on top of what you just put on your face, so it kind of doesn't allow the concealer and foundation to blend together. So next I'm going to be taking some translucent powder and setting my under eyes and just setting the rest of my face. So primarily I want to set wherever I think lines could develop, so under my eyes, on my forehead, and then I even do my smile lines as well because I smile all throughout the day. And I get in my lines right here. And then we do a little bit all over the face just to kind of make sure that the foundation isn't gonna go anywhere before we apply some bronzer and blush and all that. So I like to go in with 2 different bronzers, and the first one that I go in with is the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronze bronzer, and it's in the shade Tantastic. So I just take a smaller brush and I swish it around and I apply it right here to the inside hollow of my cheeks. You can apply and apply and apply, and this stuff does not look intense. And I've had it forever and I still have a ton left. So this is a really great option if you go through bronzers quite often. And we can't forget the neck, because the neck needs some love too, and the jawline. So that's the first bronzer. And then I go in with this Wet n Wild bronzer. You seriously cannot go wrong with Wet n Wild bronzers, I swear. Like, their bronzers, their blushes, their highlights, they're all really good products. This is actually a new one that I tried out. It's the bronzer in Sunset Strip Tease. And this one's gonna be a little more pigmented and intense, and even has a little bit of shimmer on it. So I just take that and put it in the same spots that I put the first bronzer. But it just gives a little bit more of a warmth and depth to the cheeks. And then to lightly contour my nose, I kind of just pinch my brush together because I'm cheap and I can't find my other actual contour brush. And I go back in with the Marc Jacobs bronzer and I just go to the side of my nose. So I do it on the sides and then I just do it at the very tip. Not here, but like right here. Okay, so then I go in with blush, and I'm obsessed with Kathleen Lights, and she has hyped this blush up so much. It's the Burt's Bees blush in the shade Toasted Cinnamon, and I just adore this blush. It's kind of like a warm, almost copper toned blush without being shimmery. Because it adds some color, but it isn't like, oh my gosh, she went crazy. So then I like to go in with a different blush. I like using Milani's Luminoso, which is like a light peachy kind of shade, and it's shimmery, so it kind of makes, if you're gonna put highlight on, your highlight and your blush go together, so it's kind of more seamless. So I do the blush there. So we got the peach and we got the Toasted Cinnamon, and then I'm gonna go in and do the brows. I like to brush my brows up first, make sure all my hairs are going up and along with the sides going in the direction that they're already kind of naturally going in. So for my brows, I like to use different products, but I most recently got this Urban Decay brow blade and I love it. I just think it's super easy to use. It's got 2 different sides, and one side is like a traditional pencil, so like the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and then the other side is literally like kind of like a liquid eyeliner, but it's for your brows, and I will show you how I use that. So I already did my left side, but I will show you guys how I do this brow. So I kind of just create a line underneath the brow going all the way across. So I create a little darker tail at the end, and I brush that in so that it all kind of seamlessly blends together. And then after I had just brushed everything up, I'm gonna brush everything down. And I'm gonna do lightly a line at the top of the brow just to kind of create that shape. And I stop about right here. And we're gonna brush all of that down and then up again, because that's how we're gonna wanna have the brow. And then I take this little eyeliner looking part of the brow blade and I do little upward flicks right here to create like little hairs. I just kind of brush up again to make sure everything is blended in. So now that my brows are done, we're going to move on to eyelashes. And I always curl my eyelashes because for some reason my eyelashes don't naturally curl. I like to go in with a lengthening mascara, and then I like to go with a volumizing mascara. So the first one I use is this Great Lash Mascara. This is Maybelline. This is probably the oldest mascara of time. I remember back in the day my grandma wore this stuff, and the tube looked almost the exact same. So I really like this stuff for lengthening my lashes, and it kind of just gives a thin layer. And then it's only like $4, so you can't really go wrong there. Okay, so now that that's on, I like to go in with a volumizing mascara, and I swap these out pretty frequently, but I've got two favorites, and today I'm just gonna use the Lancome Monsieur Big, Monsieur, I think it's French. Now that I have mascara all over my eyelids, I'm gonna go get a Q-tip to get that off really quick, but I will be right back. Okay, now that we have our mascara on, this is totally optional if you want to do eyeshadow or not for just a basic everyday look. The most that I really do is just put a little bit in my crease just to give contrast and dimension. So I will take just a crease brush. So you can take a bronzer or any kind of like neutral shade and just pop it in the eye. Don't pop it in your eye, but pop it in the crease. Okay, so for highlight, I'm going to be using this Wet n Wild highlighter. These highlighters are seriously amazing, and they're super cheap. You can find them at the drugstore. This one's in Golden Flower Crown. I really, really like this one. So we're going to do this on the top of the cheeks, right on the cheekbone, on the nose, in the bridge of the nose. Some people like to do it right here too. Just kind of get some light going right there. And then on your Cupid's bow. Then I like to spray some more of this Rosewater that I showed you guys in the beginning. Just kind of make all the powders blend together so it doesn't look like a dry desert. You know what I mean? And then you can just pop a little bit of that into the inner corner of your eye just to lighten things up. Then last product we have is lips. So I like to just use a neutral lip liner. This one is the Color Sensational lip liner by, what is this by? Is it Maybelline? Yeah, it's Maybelline. This is in the shade Totally Toffee. I like this because it's kind of like a My Lips but better. It just is very similar to my lip color, but it's slightly a bit darker. So I do that lip liner first, and then I like to take a little bit darker of a color. So this is the other one I use, and this is in the shade Nude Truffle. And I just use this on the outer parts right here. Okay, and it's not gonna stay like that, so don't think it looks crazy. And then my all-time favorite kind of neutral lip color is this one by Mac, and it is in the shade Well Bred Brown. I bought it and I fell in love with it, and this is like my third one. So I actually had to just bring a light in here from the other room because you guys couldn't really see anything as the sun was setting. I did not think of that before, and since I'm going with natural sunlight, sunlight does end at some point, so I'm sorry about that. So this is the final look. I'll show you guys a little up close what everything looks like. And I hope you liked this video and learned something today. I will see you hopefully in my next video. Peace. Blech. I don't know, I shouldn't say that. Let's just start over. This is crooked. No. First of all, what is that? This is so much harder than I